Pilgrim on Periscope. Ahoy, how's it going? Yo, howdy, hey. Greetings. Good afternoon, good morning, good day, good whatever. Nice shot. Thank you. It is quite the view, that's for sure. I can't take credit for it. This is all the drone's doing. I'm just the dummy behind the sticks. Angel Bait on Mixer. Good evening. For those of you joining me for the first time, I'm currently live streaming on a few different platforms: Mixer, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter/Periscope. Pilgrim on Periscope says, I like adjusting the EV balances for these shots, getting rid of all the white and finding detail. Yeah, for sure. I ordered some ND filters for my drone. They should be here next week. That'll certainly help cut down on some of the overexposed sun shots. Angel Bait on Mixer says, I don't hate Arizona. I adore you and the fam. Well, you know what, Angel Bait? I'm glad you've come around. Right now, I'm looking at, this is -1 EV value, or I guess EV value is a little, it's redundant. Just EV would work. I will come to Vancouver one of these days. I want to visit Canada. Pilgrim says, nice, one of the best investments. ND filters plus polarized HD. Yeah, it's funny is I've got ND filters for the lenses for my phone and ND filters for my DSLR, but I never thought about grabbing them for my drone. I don't do a whole lot of photography with the drone, and usually when I do, it's like right about now during sunset. What mountains are those? Okay, so that one right there is, I believe that's the Phoenix Mountain Preserve. And then over here we've got, I think, a mixture of Estrella Mountains and South Mountain. So just if you follow that road to the horizon and then go to the right, that is you're looking at the silhouette of downtown Phoenix. Jeff on Facebook, good evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Any snow there in the mountains? No, sometimes we get in like January, February, we'll get some snow on the mountains, but they're usually not on those ones. I'm gonna slowly pan over to the mountains that usually do have snow. So there, that mountain in the middle there, that's Red Mountain. That doesn't usually have snow. The footage is a little shaky. Oh, you can't really see, but okay, so right here you can see there's kind of like a little break between the two mountains there. On the right is Pass Mountain, on the left is Usery, and then straight through is what's called Four Peaks, and usually the Four Peaks will get snow during January, February time, maybe December. And then over here we've got Superstition, which rarely gets snow. However, last year, February, I took the drone down over there, and I was able to fly and captured some shots of snow because it had snow all over it, which is really cool. Very rare though. Angel Bait doesn't want to see Jerome, Arizona. Don't worry, Angel Bait, we cannot see Jerome from here. Alright, so now we're panning the drone to the southeast. And to the south. And we're slowly turning back to the west. It's a neat looking cloud right there. It looks out of place. I don't think that's a cloud. I think that's some sort of government. Oh no, it's a cloud. There we go. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting tossing an ND filter on this and seeing how much better the views are. It's there we go. A little view of the Phoenix Canal, or the canals in Mesa. We've got canals all over the valley that, if I'm not mistaken, they grab water from the Colorado River and bring it to all over the valley. Clouds are a conspiracy. Steve on YouTube's hello, hi. Marissa on Facebook says, you are like the Bob Ross of Arizona videos. Well, that's one hell of a compliment. Thank you, Marissa. I disagree, but you're entitled to have that opinion. I'm glad you think highly of me. Except instead of beautiful little trees, we're seeing goddamn houses all over. I'm gonna bring the drone back a bit. Oh, sorry. Ooh, they're all over the place. Oh, hello, individual on Twitter that gave me a heart. I think this cloud here is reaching for something. I'm not sure what though. It's certainly not reaching for the sky, because it's, you know, like already in the sky. Marissa on Facebook says in all caps, happy little trees, furthering the Bob Ross persona. We have trees here. I'm not quite sure if they're like happy. I think they're happy until you touch them, then you're gonna be unhappy because they're full of like spines. Because they're, cactus. Although we have a tree in our yard. It's only cut me a few times. Is that where the storm went? Yes. The storm actually went, I think it just kind of like dissipated. Because the wind was from the south heading to northeast or northwest. And the storm came over that way. That was a question from someone on Periscope. Someone on Periscope, if you'd like me to use your name, I will. Otherwise, I will continue calling you someone on Periscope. So we don't have any happy little trees, or, I don't think I know what some of the other endearing terms Bob Ross has used for objects in his paintings. I think I need to do some studying. So then I can be like, happy little trees, shitty little hill, crappy little building. Or no, it would be boring ass building. Steve on YouTube uses the pizza emoji. Thank you, Steve. I could sure use a slice of pizza in my mouth right about now. I just want someone to like take a large pepperoni with extra cheese and extra sauce and roll it up into like a tube and smack me with it. And then I'll just, like, all the pizza, all the leftover pizza that's on my face, I'll just eat that. Anyone in chat ever been smacked with a pizza? If so, let me know how that experience was. I'm curious. Oh, we got a comment from someone on Periscope. LOL. Let's see more of the clouds and less of the, quote, shitty little buildings, unquote, please. You got it. Here we go. The birds have decided it is their time to shine. It's almost like when you turn on a webcam in the house, or when you're on a phone call and there are children nearby, how they all flock to it. I think it's the same thing these birds are doing. These birds need to be heard, but I don't understand them. There's quite a few interesting clouds. What makes something interesting? What makes a cloud interesting? Because I use that word a lot, interesting. And I've never stopped to think about, is it really? Or is it just neato? Maybe I'm thinking too much. It is a pretty cool cloud, though. I'm certainly not criticizing your use of the word interesting. It's just a random thought I had. Oh, we got a comment from John V on Periscope. John V says Berkland Current. I don't know what that means. Is that the name of the cloud or something? Or the weather system? I admit, I'm not very knowledgeable on my shit in the sky. I just like to look at it and think it looks cool. How clouds are formed is the Berkland Current? Okay. Thank you. Also, probably a good time to mention that the stream is on like a 20 to 30 second delay. So whatever you're seeing and hearing happened in the past. And when I'm running to my mouth, I often forget what I said a few moments ago. So please forgive me if I seem a little absent-minded. I am mostly focusing on the screen in front of me, which is the drone's view and the drone controller itself. Electric universe theory. Okay. I may have to look up some of that stuff to educate myself, so that way when I'm flying up in the sky like this, I can sound like I know what I'm talking about. So we got just probably about a minute or two here. I'm going to bring the drone down and replace the battery. And John on Periscope says, I have a DJI Mavic Enterprise Dual. Oh, I don't think I've heard of that model before. This is the DJI Mavic Pro 2. I really dig its camera, its ease of use. And it pretty much meets all my needs, whatever I need to do. And just taking photos, grabbing a little video here and there, and watching the sunset like I am now. All right, time to change a battery. Come here, buddy. Well, hello there. Let's change this battery, shall we? Put you all down on the ground. You can look at this little weed here. All right. Get the new battery in there. Okay, it appears to be ready. Let's go watch some more of that sunset. So John says, I film electric universe geology. Holy crap, that sounds kind of cool. Electric universe geology, huh? I have never heard of that. So that's like a series or an actual like what's the word I'm looking for? Like an industry genre slash whatever, like your job, whatever. I've heard of geology, but electric universe geology together I have not, and that sounds pretty cool. One of the neat things, I'm going to pan a little bit quick here too. One of the neat things when the sun's going down, I've got some really neat looking clouds up here, is that the mountains over here get this little like an orangish glow on them, and especially Superstition over there, it gets that little red clay looking hue to it. I really like it. Okay, so it's currently 6:43. Sunset is at 6:55. If you have the opportunity to get out and look at the sunset with your own eyes, I encourage it. It looks way better than anything I could provide on screen here. John on Periscope says, the Lost Dutchman mine. Yes, it's somewhere over there, somewhere in the Superstition wilderness. A lot of fascinating stories about that, the Lost Dutchman's treasure. I think there was even on the History Channel, either History or Discovery, there was a series, like 6 or 7 episodes, where a group of people were looking for the treasure. Counter Chair on Mixer says, I am back again. Counter Chair, hello, and welcome back. So I've been live streaming the sunset every day in April so far. The days I cannot do the sunset, I get up early to do the sunrise. And we've had quite a few days where there's been no clouds in the sky. And a handful of days where there are clouds in the sky. And in the days where there are clouds, it looks completely different every day. But even on the days where there's no clouds, it's still a nice sight. Especially if you're unable to get out of the home. I am taking a few pictures here and there. I don't have an SD card in the drone currently. But it does have 8 gigabytes of onboard storage, which is enough for me to grab a few photos. I know you are all dying for a status update regarding my digital storage, and I provided it. You're welcome. Oh, so it appears my horizon is a little crooked. Let's go ahead and try to adjust that. There we go. That's a little better. I probably should have done that first. So the focus of what I'm doing here is to watch the sunset. Occasionally I'll fly around and get different angles, but the majority of what I'm doing, this is the view that I maintain. As you can see by the surrounding area on the screen that I do live in the city. There's not a lot of interference, but there is some when I start getting like 1,000 to 1,500 feet away. I got a request on Facebook to tilt it up further. Someone wants to see more of the clouds. You got it. That's what we're here for. We're not here to look at the houses or the buildings. We don't care what the people down on Earth are doing. We only care what's currently going on up in the sky. Steve on YouTube asks, is this the queue for beer? Ooh, sorry, it is not. Although if it was possible, I would certainly hand out beverages to those that are able to consume. Not able, allowed, legally allowed. Now, with that said, don't drink and fly. Save the beer for after your drone flights. So it's kind of chilly out today. It's like 60 something, 60 degrees Fahrenheit. It was kind of windy earlier. We had some rain come through and dump on us. It wasn't heavy rain, but enough to make things wet. It dried up pretty quick. And now we're looking at like the aftermath of the clouds that dumped on us. So it's a little hard to see on the screen here, but parts of those clouds over there are pink. I'm able to look at it. I can see them with my bare eyes. I don't have bare eyes. I can see them with my eyeballs. I don't have bare eyes. Although now I'm kind of curious what that would look like if I had bare eyes. I'm gonna have to play around in Photoshop later. So for those of you also first time watching, I believe that this is best viewed with the mute button on. Nothing's better at ruining a beautiful sunset than the sound of a man asking whether or not he would look good with bare eyes. Just a little speck of sun peeking out over there. So John V on Periscope, if you're still there, do you use, does the drone that you use, does it have like a zoom lens on it? I think if I did some serious stuff with the drone, I'd like to be able to have one that had a zoom lens on it. Not for anything nefarious or creepy, but just to be able to see things up a little close a little better. That's a cool view right there. I'm gonna have to screenshot that comment on Facebook and add that somewhere, because that was a pretty nice compliment. So I've got one battery left. This one's currently at 31%. I try to bring the drone down prior to 15%, because that's when the controller starts beeping. I know I could turn the alarms off, but I do not want to do that just yet, only because I don't want to run the risk of getting distracted by something, and then I forget to bring the drone down and it runs out of battery and crashes. Like, I'd like to think that I'm good enough at not getting distracted, but shit happens. And so I leave the drone warnings on in place, so that way I know, like, if I'm flying too close to something or the battery's too low. With 15%, with where I'm at and what I'm doing, that's plenty of time to be able to get the drone down in time. It's such a neat view. There we go. Finally got a mic check in. Alright, so I'm going to bring the drone down and we're going to pop this last battery in. Oh my god, the sky. It looks very nice. Alright, here we go. Coming down. Doesn't look like it's coming down, but it is. Here, maybe if I do it this way. There. Okay. It is time. It is time. Alright, so it's doing its initialization thing. And I believe it's ready to go. Here we go. Goodbye. shape of those clouds and the colors. Looks kind of scary. Just going to do a pan around the area here. Looks like there's a buildup of clouds on the horizon back there. Pan around the area, that was a Van Halen song, wasn't it? Those clouds look cool. Ooh, do we have some rain over there? A nice little, like a violet purple hue up top there, on top of the screen, or blue, or whatever color it is. I don't know. I'm not a colorologist. I don't know my colors. If they're not in a box of crayons, I don't know. Really neat thing about having clouds in the sky like this too is that if you look at them long enough, you start to see various things and shapes and stuff. Your imagination starts to get creative, which is often missing from life. People going about their daily business, moving from one task to the next, failing to stop and smell the roses, or failing to stop and pick out random objects in the sky. Like up to the left there, we've got looks like some eyebrows and a mouth. That cloud is clearly not impressed. That's okay, because I'm not here to impress clouds. If you remember from a few minutes ago, the underbelly of these clouds was orange and pink. And now it's not. Over there, left side of the screen, bottom of the cloud, you see a plane heading west. My guess is it's heading to the Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. It's just a little itty bitty dot now. Well, we still got a fair amount of traffic. Those two need to break it up a bit. Jeez. Where's your safe distance at? Oh, they're in opposite lanes. That's the same car going twice. There's two of them there. Okay, anyway, let's get back to this. We're not here to watch cars, we're here to watch clouds. Every once in a while I like to do that, to pick an object and try to follow it. It's good practice. For what, I don't know. I guess maintaining control and keeping your object in the frame. So I don't think I will let this battery run its course. What I think I'll do is I'll probably bring it down a little bit early. It's getting dark, and I've been hungry for a few hours now, and I'm going to satisfy that hunger soon. Bye-bye, helicopter. Have a nice day. Yeah. Well, Steve on YouTube says the drone's getting a bit loud. Yeah, I need to have the exhaust checked out on this thing. I think there's a hole in it. Alright, I think this is a good time to call it quits. Let's see what we got up here. A lone little beefy cloud. Alright, so let's begin the descent. Come to me, little mechanical device. Let's do picture. Ready, go. Picture done. Wait, back this way. Right there. Hi. All done. Thanks for hanging out and chatting with me. You all have a wonderful morning, a day, evening, whatever it happens to be.